Hello, everyone. Jason LaPlante with brother Jeff LaPlante back for another edition of Adventures in Pulp Culture.
Hello!
Today, we're gonna talk about the joys of VHS collecting, something that's very near and dear to both of our hearts. And I've wrote down 10 reasons.
It's probably your favorite thing to collect, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. This is the thing I've collected the longest. There's God knows how many VHS tapes. It's for sure the thing that's in here the most.
I think
Just
there's
because.
roughly, I think there's between 5,000 VHS and 10,000 VHS. Probably somewhere around 7,000 tapes in here is what I would think.
Yeah, there's a lot of tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been collecting them seriously for about 5 years and had a pretty decent collection before that.
Yeah.
They've just always been around. But yeah, here's some of the reasons that it not only is a good hobby, but also kind of explains why we collect them. The first one I have here is unique box art.
Oh, definitely.
There's nothing better. There's the standard movie posters you get, and then there's things like you hear stories about how they used to have the box art created, and then they would make the movie around that.
Yeah, that's really fun. And different sizes. I don't know if that falls into it too, but there's like clamshells, there's normal ones, and then sometimes you get fun things that old video stores have kind of rehashed and cut apart the box and put it in a certain way, and that's kind of fun to see.
I can imagine that's appealing to everyone. Well, there's VHS collecting, but that is one of the fun things about it.
Yeah, definitely.
The next thing I have here is relic, and this is also probably odd and something probably you and I enjoy more than most people, is relics from people's homes / video stores and retail stores.
Oh, definitely.
So kind of goes into the same area there.
Yeah.
Probably, a lot of people would probably find this very odd, but when you go to auctions, you end up there's only one way to put it. You get a lot of dead people stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's usually what an estate sale is somebody's died, and then all their stuff is laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
And you bid against other people to buy their stuff.
And nobody's buying VHS tapes.
No.
And they are fascinating watches.
Yeah. That's where you can find weird stuff like, like people's birthdays, and even more bizarre stuff like old city council meetings.
Yeah.
That you would. It's kind of like, why was anybody recording that in the first place? And now we have a bunch of them, which is pretty cool.
And they're oddly watchable. And when you get stuff like that, it's great because the commercials are on there.
Oh yeah,
that's definitely a highlight. The next thing I have here, VHS collecting is cheap, almost free. You go to a lot of places and they're literally giving them away.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Especially some garage sales that you go to. You show interest in the fact that you're going to buy their VHS tapes, and they kind of treat you like a savior.
Yeah.
And they're willing to be like, make an offer on the box.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's almost like they get wide-eyed with excitement there. And you're like, $5, and then you'll come away with like a box of like 30 tapes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been at thrift stores where they are free, and it's like decent stuff.
Yep.
The next thing I have here is searching for holy grails, which is always fun in any kind of collecting, and in VHS there are a lot of those.
Oh yeah, I suppose you know more about the holy grails than I do, because in my mind there's only a few that
I've watched
searching
some documentaries
where
where they talk about holy grails, and I mean, to each their own as far as holy grails. There are some that everyone looks for that are actually worth some money. But that's part of the fun, is establishing your holy grails too.
Yeah, I guess one of my holy grails is I didn't even think about it until just now, but like old skateboarding videos, because those are real limited production runs, so they're kind of hard to find, because it's just like a group of skateboarders that would put them out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
we have some.
Yeah, we do have some.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
And this kind of goes into that. My next one is previews and other entertainment before the feature.
Oh yeah.
There's of course the sneak peeks of upcoming movies, and just the way they used to do it, where it'd be like coming soon to video store or coming soon to the theater.
And it's always like that same voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you get the really unique stuff like characters from the thing you're watching being like, don't get AIDS and don't do drugs.
Yeah, that is fun.
Like, you just don't see that as much anymore.
And, I mean, back when VHS was king, you were kind of forced to watch that stuff. I mean, you could fast forward through it, but if you rewind it all the way, it's going to be there, and you got to get through it one way or the other.
And I mean, I think everybody just did watch it because it was entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just don't see that stuff anymore. Yep. Yeah, and then, you get like the hotlines you were supposed to call or like the contest, and those are just great watches.
Yeah.
The next thing I have here is it's stuff you can't find anywhere else. There are just numerous things that are just never going to put on another format.
Because why would they ever?
Yeah.
And like some of that stuff is like, like car repair tips.
Like some of it's ungodly boring.
Like, some of it's horribly boring.
Yeah. And some of it's surprising that they're not going to.
Yeah.
I know there's certain cartoons, like even like Tiny Toons and some real well-known stuff, and I can't be quoted on any of this, that it surprisingly has never made it to another format.
And other cartoons that like were put out by like Christian family groups.
Oh yeah.
That just happened to be around for a little while. They put out some stuff, and now they're completely gone, so it's never going to be put out again.
Yeah, there's so much that's out there.
Oh yeah.
The next thing I have here, especially for us, is it really brings back a nostalgia for video rental places.
Oh yeah.
Especially like how we have this set up, and when you look at a box and you see it's from a rental store, you get that nostalgic feeling that I just don't think can be matched.
And the stickers on some of them, like "Be Kind, Rewind."
Oh yeah.
And the different ways that they say that's huge nostalgia for me too. And I honestly think, or I honestly hope that at some point you see like a niche market for video rental stores to come back. And I know it kind of already exists, but I want it to be a little more popular so they're a little more accessible again. I mean, we both really miss walking into a video store.
Yeah.
And, kind of the routine of, okay, you're going to have this tape for so many days, so you got to watch it soon after you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are missing that.
Yeah, I think so too.
It is quite the feeling when you see stuff like that. The next reason I have is obvious, and this is maybe because I'm just trying to get to 10, but you get to watch movies, which are the best.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like almost an afterthought when it comes to VHS.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you get to watch, like, movies.
And I think nowadays people think of VHS as such a horrible way to watch a movie, but it's really not. Especially because, I mean, VHS tapes are tanks.
Oh, yeah.
You pop one in, there's, I would say, 99% chance that it's gonna work. Because, I mean, they're just tanks.
I've seen ones that were just roached, and you wouldn't think they would play for anything. And that they always play.
Yeah.
Always play.
And that's kind of the bummer about VHS compared to DVD collecting is a lot of times you're going to buy a DVD and you're going to have a hard time getting it to play. But
DVDs don't hold up like VHS.
Throw the VHS tape in, maybe mess with tracking a little bit, and you're going to be able to watch it.
And that kind of goes into my my second to last point of why VHS is awesome. And I think people might start appreciating it more is the pops and the tracking. Like, people like the sound of vinyl.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the tracking and those weird noises you hear before the tape works. And just the sound of a tape is so much different than like a DVD and stuff.
Definitely. And I kind of get where you're coming from. And I like the pops and stuff that it makes, especially like if it's just for a little bit and then it comes in clear.
Yeah.
But I don't like fighting the tracking the whole time. And it's pretty rare to find a tape like that where you're going to have to fight it the whole time. But sometimes they are out there.
Yeah. And but like you're saying, most of them end up working. And if you have a good VCR, it fixes the problem. But there's that little adjustment that I think is charming.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And the last reason I have here is for sure why I like VHS collecting. And it kind of speaks maybe to just people collecting in general. When you find something you like to collect, I think it would be a real bummer to collect something for a long time and complete it. With VHS collections, you will never have a complete collection.
I honestly think that would be literally impossible.
Impossible.
Yeah. Like even if you went after all the major blockbuster releases, that would be insanely hard to do. But then it goes back to there's just so many one-off things that you're never going to find. You know?
It's unbelievable. It's a great hobby as far as it's everywhere. You can if you want to, you can collect certain things. You can collect everything like we do. It's just And based on our last trip, I think VHS collecting is getting a little more popular.
I think it
which
is too.
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, I say bring it on. I want other people to collect.
We already have an established collection.
I got into collecting because of you. You used to always ask for Christmas, what would you want?
And everybody just thought that was the funniest thing.
Yeah, and it'd be like VHS tapes. And, people would do it, but like I started scouring Goodwills. And like it really was fun finding the crazy stuff that's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very easy hobby to get into.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so in this video we'll kind of go back to the established format. Each go through 3 recent pickups, but this time we'll do VHS. Cool. And you can tell how you broke my heart recently.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I'll save that for the end.
Yeah, save that for the end. Actually, I'll go first so you get to save that for the end. Yeah. Okay, my first pickup is one called A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. And I've definitely never seen this, but it's got the sweet old CBS Fox video box. And it's a River Phoenix movie where he is looking probably at his most Teen Idol-ish, but I've never heard of it. But yeah, it's a River Phoenix movie.
I'm gonna guess the year.
Okay.
87.
Oh, really close. 88.
Really, man, that is funny.
That might have been a better guess than I would have had. Oh, and it's got the girl from Say Anything, and I think a young Matthew Perry.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good.
Well, we didn't plan this, but my first pickup is also a River Phoenix movie.
Oh, we didn't plan that. That's interesting.
No, it is interesting, isn't it? This one's called Little Nikita. I just read the back of it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to watching it. And River Phoenix goes to join the Air Force, and the Air Force starts looking into his past, and they realize that his parents are deep undercover Soviet spies.
Really?
And so then he's forced with the dilemma of, does he love his country more, or does he love his parents more?
I've never heard of this movie.
It sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Is that Sidney Poitier on the back with him?
Yes.
That means those two are in 2 movies together, which is kind of fascinating.
Well, he was huge back then, too.
Yeah.
What's your guess on the year?
Ooh. So if that was 90, or no, that was 88.
Yep.
I'll say that's like 91.
Nope. Another 1988.
How?
What do you mean, how?
He just looks different.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? They look completely different.
So much younger in that one.
Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Weird.
That's the copyright that I have down here.
Yes,
Clearly, this was filmed.
But earlier. on that, it looks closer.
Yeah,
what he looks
it
there.
does.
So
I know
yeah,
you guys can't really see the details we're seeing, but
they enjoyed it anyways. People, I mean, we had a diehard fan base. Like the Dalton Stoltz of the world are really enjoying this.
Shout out to Dalton.
Shout out to Dalton.
Woo! All right.
Oh yeah, it's my turn next.
It is.
I grabbed one called Feds, and this is another example. Maybe this has been released on DVD. I've never seen it on DVD. I've never seen it anyway. But it's from the creators of Twins, Stripes, Meatballs. So it's Rebecca De Mornay and Mary Cross, and the tagline is "Sleep tight, America. These women carry guns." So I mean, we're gonna have a hard time getting to a lot of these, but we were going pretty good on watching a lot.
Oh yeah, based on that tagline alone, I want to watch that.
And that's the thing, is like you just never know what's going to be great.
Yeah.
And
my next one is, I also haven't seen this one.
That's a good movie.
It's Batteries Not Included. It's a Steven Spielberg film. And based on what I read on the back, it's about tenants who are trying to be, or not trying, they're being evicted from an apartment, and then UFOs come down and help them not be evicted.
You should watch it.
I'm looking forward to watching it. No, actually, when I bought it from the store we were at recently, the person was really pumped that I was buying it because he said he liked it so much. So
yeah, it's a classic.
It's probably the next one that I'm going to watch.
This was back when Spielberg had his finger in everything. Like he didn't direct it. Like it's Steven Spielberg Presents. That's when you knew it was going to be good because back in the 80s and 90s, he had his finger in everything. I mean, he still does, but man, he definitely had an eye for talent.
What's your guess on the year?
Oh, 91 again? I don't know why I keep going to that.
Well, this one says home video is 1996.
I didn't do the year on the last one.
But you know what? No. I think it's 87.
That might be right. I don't have a real firm grasp on that.
Yeah, it is 87. Yep.
We gotta go back and you have to guess this.
Oh boy. I guess I'll guess 1992.
88.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of 88 movies right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, what you got?
My last one is, I've never heard of this, which is surprising. It's called Communion. There's the front, and on the front it says, in 1985, Whitley Strieber was visited by the unknown. Now he's made the most shocking discovery of his life.
2 alien ones.
Yeah. And so it's Christopher Walken. I'm pretty sure. I think that's why I grabbed it. I never heard of it, but it looks like it could be really good. Christopher Walken in what year? We definitely picked a lot from a certain time period.
88?
Really close, 89.
Ah.
Yeah. That looks pretty. I definitely think I would enjoy it.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Now here's where Jeff gets to just shove the dagger in a little further. Oh my god.
I was very excited when I found this yesterday, and I immediately showed Jason, and he was immediately crushed. And
this was my holy grail.
I felt kind of bad that I crushed his spirit so hard, but I was still really pumped.
I'm sure you were. I get it, but you ruined my life there for a couple minutes.
You're slowly getting over it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it still kind of hurts. It does.
This is the last movie that was ever put out on VHS, or I guess wide release on VHS is what it would be.
Yep.
And it is a history of violence. Not only is this the last VHS that was ever put out, but it's also a really good movie.
It is a really good movie.
It's about Viggo Mortensen, and he is a bar owner, and he stops 2 would-be robbers, and then he kind of gets tied up with the mob. It's been over a decade since I've seen this, and
I think he runs a cafe. I don't think it's a bar. Which is me nitpicking,
but it kind of turns into like a him versus the mob vigilante thing, and it has some really, really brutal scenes in it.
It's Cronenberg. David Cronenberg's known for pretty extreme, and it's awesome.
So,
that still crushes me.
What year? Do you know that off the top of your head?
06?
Yep. Well, 06 is when it came out on VHS.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure in theaters it came out in 2005.
Okay.
But yeah, 06 is the right guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I crushed Jason's spirit hard.
I started at the A's, and then you just went right to it. I mean, I would have got to it because I always check places. Ugh.
We got into the story, and I immediately started checking, and they had their VHS organized in like comedy, drama, action, suspense, and horror. And I think this was in suspense is where I found it, and I was just scouring all the H's. And got it!
Yeah, good for you. Man, that is a little soul crushing. But good for you. Good for you.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that's probably good. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, we'll definitely be coming back to this topic in some capacity, but
I would think
VHS is awesome.
Yeah.
It's not something where I want to be elitist about it. I would love if people got back into VHS.
Oh yeah, but, definitely.
Cool. All right. Should we end it in the usual fashion?
Woo, woo. Too sweet.